Una, good evening. Welcome to another Ogbonge Toastmasters meeting. In fact, the things una wan see today, una never see them before. And wetin una wan hear, una never hear them before. But we know as with all Toastmasters meeting, we get ground rules. So make I share those ground rules now. If not be your time to speak, abeg, not turn on your mic. We like to see everybody face. So as many of us, when fit turn on our cameras, that one go dey okay. If you don't fit turn on your camera, no problem. For those when go come out, come speak, we also like to clap for our speakers. So make una use una hand if na video, or use the emojis if we not dey see your face. And finally, for those when not they speak, also remember, say you not need to turn on your camera. I need to, or not turn on your mic. Make you not disturb those when we listen to. As I don't talk these ground rules, I believe say all of us understand. So if you now understand, make una give me thumbs up. Make I know say we did the same page. Thank you. At this point, I'll be going on to talk about our Toastmasters promise. I'll share that now. I'll read it, and you can also just follow through where you are. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Thank you, everyone, I saw lips moving, so I know we all read the Toastmasters promise together. At this point as well, I would also want to introduce someone very special in our midst. We are all special, but well, there are degrees of being special. So at this point, I would want to introduce someone. He joined Toastmasters in 2009, and he has served in various capacities in the past. And he has an excellent track record. In fact, I think I was a bit jealous when I saw all he has done, but I'll go on. He was previously the Area 17 Director. He was a club president at Eagle Toastmasters Club. He was the VPE at Eagle Toastmasters Club. He was also a mentor to BSN Toastmasters and Russell Smith Toastmasters. He was a former committee member, District 94 Electoral Committee. He is also a past recipient of the Triple Crown Award. I know that award is one I wish and hope to get very soon. And he has attended several conferences and events, listing some of those events, Toastmasters events at Mali, Togo, Niger Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, and several locations in Nigeria. Please, everyone, with a rousing applause, let's make welcome Division F Director-Elect, DTM Oluyemi Theophilus Adeosun. DTM Oluyemi, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ufoma, for that astounding introduction. Thank you so much to everyone here who joined punctually. I recognize you and I celebrate you. I also like to celebrate the immediate past division director, Toastmaster Kaade Yusuf. There's hardly any program in the district or the division that he doesn't attend. How he copes, I wonder how he does that. This vision that is coming to pass today came to conceptualization like 2 or 3 years ago, but we are extremely glad that today we have the privilege and honor of participating in the first ever native language Toastmasters Club in District 94 and also in Division F. Now, you know, when you hear things in English and you hear it in your mother tongue, sometimes the weight of the information is not the same. For example, I was at a program and someone was requested to pray. So permit me to pray as someone prayed in Pidgin English. I hope we can all relate. Okay, our pale, wait under for heaven. After you, na you. Your kingdom don't show. It go be anyhow you want make it be for area. As you dey run am for heaven, give us something to hold belle. At all, na which. And no reason our anyhow doings. As we serve, they lose guard area people anyhow doings. No let enter area people trap, but cover us from one chance and Evans people. Now you get the kingdom. Come be power mic and levels daddy. From now till fowl get teeth. I hope you can relate. You know, when things come across in native language, even if you are saying the same thing, it's going to connect with us at deeper levels. Our culture has values, and while we appreciate internationalization and globalization, let us maximize and optimize by connecting with our roots. Whatever your root is, remain proud of it. I will also remain proud of it. Toastmasters celebrates diversity and cultural integration. I'm excited that we are here today, and I hope we all contribute meaningfully to the success of this program. And I also equally hope that we all benefit. We are investing 1 to 2 hours of our precious, let me quote Toastmaster John, family time into this. But the good thing I always tell Toastmaster John is, Toastmaster is family. So you left family to join family. Let me cut my long speech short here. Thank you so much. Eshe pupo, nagode, imela, merci. Over to you, coordinator.
Thank you so much, our division director. It was a pleasure hearing that speech, especially the prayer. It was a powerful prayer. I know some of us might not understand, especially the Nigerians that have been abroad for a long time. It was a very powerful prayer. Dear Toastmasters and guests, it's my delight to be here. This is a first of its kind. And personally, because I don't speak, unfortunately, any of our native languages, I want to learn, I want to be moved, I want to cry, I want to laugh, I want to bond with each and every one of us. Before I delve into the details of the meeting, let me briefly introduce my teammate. And note, I just said my teammate. This is not like any other meeting. Because we are going to have speeches in different languages, we don't have the general evaluator and the general evaluator's team. So I only have one teammate I'll be working with, which is our timer, please. We are going to be keeping to time, but let me just introduce this timer. It's a dear friend, mechanical engineer who loves to gist and watch nature. Thank God he was born in Nigeria. His life's philosophy is, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. His favorite food, and note, this is something that really bonds him close to me. His favorite food is anything that tastes delicious. And that is my brother right there. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, please welcome to your screen our timer for today, Toastmaster Adeniran Omitayo.
Thank you very much, John. It's a privilege to be here. This is my first meeting of native program. Let me just put it that way. My role here is to check our time and for us to keep to time. You know what they say, the shorter way to do things is to only do one thing at a time. So however, I'll be telling you my job in this beautiful meeting. We have different segments. Number one, we have the prepared speeches, which is going to take about 30 minutes. We have the evaluation, which is going to take about 30 minutes. And then we have the novelty speech, which is going to take about 10 minutes. My role is to make sure that we all keep to time. The prepared speeches, you have 2 to 4 minutes for your speech. The evaluation, you have 4 to 6 minutes. And for novelty speech, you have 1 to 2 minutes. For the prepared speech, when you reach the mark of 2 minutes, I'm going to flash my green card, which is going to be my background. So I'm going to advise you to pin, whenever you are giving your speech, pin me to your screen. How are you going to do that? There's a 3 dots at the right corner of your space. Click it, you will see an option, pin. So whenever you want to give your speech, just kindly pin me. So for the prepared speech, as I was explaining earlier, for the prepared speech, at 2 minutes, I'm going to flash, or rather, I'm going to change my background to green. When it's 3 minutes, I'll change my background to yellow. And when it's 4 minutes, I'm going to change my background to red. So you have the grace of about 30 seconds to round up. Then for the evaluation, at 1 minute, I'm going to change my background to green. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'm going to change to yellow. At 2 minutes exactly, I will change to red. So you also have the grace of 30 seconds to round off your evaluation. Then for the novelty speech, at 1 minute, I will do the same, change my background to green. At 1 minute, 30 seconds to yellow, and at 2 minutes on the dot, I will change to red. So you also have about 30 seconds grace to round up your speech. And then for the table topics as well, we are going to have a total minute of 40 minutes. So at 1 minute, I'm going to flash my green, 1 minute, 30 seconds, my yellow, and exactly 2 minutes, I will flash my red. TM John, am I correct?
You are correct. 2 minutes
Okay.
to flash red for table topics.
Okay, and that's about that. Thank you very much. I'm back again.
Please, let's give Toastmaster Niron a virtual round of applause. Since I'm commencing, if your mic is not muted, please mute it when you're not speaking so we don't have background noise. Some of us already have a challenge understanding the language, background noise. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Please, let's give Toastmaster Niron a virtual round of applause. Look at my screen. Look at the emoji. And if your camera is on, thank you. More people. As the Toastmaster of the day, I'm going to be giving you some rules and we're going to be participating. Look, if you are here to participate in the meeting. This is not a meeting where you can just stay back, lounge, and not be a part of it. As you can hear, I'm not speaking any native language. And that does not prevent me from being the Toastmaster of the day. What excuse do you have? You have none. Let me give a few rules. First, you need to please use the emojis. Look at them again. Please, please. Anyone that speaks, some people are petrified if you don't know. They've not spoken in their native language for years, some decades. When they speak, if you want to use this one, I'm sure they will love it. This heart, can you say the heart? Use the heart. Practice it now. Use that one. Celebrate. Let me see people using it. Please use it. I can't see your faces, but I can. Thank you. Thank you. Let us do that. I have a special request. Anytime someone comes up to speak, I want you to imagine what the speech is about. If you do not understand what they are saying, please imagine it. And let me explain this. When they are done speaking, before the evaluator is introduced to come at the end of the speeches, I'm going to ask you on a scale from 1 to 5, right? 1 to 5. 1 being you did not even come close to what they were actually speaking about. 5 being you were actually really close. You're going to grade yourself from 1 to 5. Once the evaluator comes up and gives their evaluation in the native language and English, if you were so far off that your story was nothing like theirs, you put in the chat box 1. You see it there. If you happen to guess exactly what they said because your listening skills are perfect, then you put a 5. And how do you guess what they said? By body language, by vocal variety, by their eye contact. You know, parents, when they speak to us, the way they look at you, you know that means go and get your book, do your homework, serve your father food from just that eye contact. If you're in Nigeria and you understand what I'm saying, so you can guess what the story may be. Every one of us, please, when a speaker who does not speak your native language is up there giving a speech, try and imagine what they are talking about so that we can all participate. Are we going to do that? Let me see your thumbs up. Let me see you type yes. Are we going to do that? Thumbs up for those that have camera. Thank you. Thank you. You can type yes as well. We need you to do that. We need you to do that. Thank you so much. I'm excited. Now we have 3 portions of today's meeting. Prepared speech segment. Prepared speech segment, we have someone that will be giving a speech in Igbo, someone that will be giving a speech in Yoruba, and someone that will be giving a speech in Pidgin. We have table topics portion, someone that will be giving a speech in Igbo, someone that will be giving a speech in Yoruba, and someone that will be giving a speech in Hausa. And we also have the novelty speech, right? Novelty speech, let me explain. This person does not have any evaluator for their speech. She'll be giving a speech in Egba language. I don't know how many of us here speak that, but that's what she'll be giving a speech in. She's going to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and we need you to participate in this. Imagine what she's talking about. Once she is done, we're going to have people volunteer to come up and in English tell us what you thought she gave her speech in. Thank you for that. Look, Egba is a variant of Yoruba, right? So maybe some of you know it, but if you do, you are not the one to come and explain what she said. It's for those of us that don't understand. If you do not understand what she has said, the language, we are going to come up and in a minute summarize what we feel. A minute or 2 she was talking about. And once you're done, she'll actually come back and summarize it in English. After that, the rest of us in the room that do not speak the language, I need to stress this, you must not understand the language, not for those that know it. You're going to put on a scale of 1 to 5 in the chat box. If you were close, 5. If you were far, 1 on a scale, so that we know we're not the only ones that do not have proper listening skills. Do we agree with that? Let me see your thumbs up. Let me see you type yes. Thumbs up, type yes. Thank you. I see. Thank you. What we're going to do now, because a few of our speakers, unfortunately, are having issues with their network and signing in, we're actually going to start with the novelty speech. Toastmaster Grace, are you ready? Toastmaster Grace, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Please pin the timer's screen to yours so you can see when he flashes green, yellow, red. Have you done that?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I can see him.
Let me recap. 1 minute is going to show green. 1 minute, 30 seconds will show yellow. 2 minutes, will show red. And you have 30 seconds afterwards to finish your speech. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Everyone else, you can actually start volunteering if you want to come up and attempt at explaining what she said. You can put your name there. Please just put it that I would love to after she's done. Toastmaster Grace, the floor is yours. Give her a virtual round of applause.
Thank you, everyone. I'm here to speak the Egba language, Egba dialect. It's a short story I'm going to be giving, and I will give it a title. From now, I'll start speaking the Egba language, the Egba dialect, I mean. Ìdí tí yànmùyánmú fi ń kun etí. A bá nínú ìtàn wípé láyé àtijọ́, àwọn ẹ̀yà ara bíi etí, imú, ojú, ẹrun, apá, ohun ẹsẹ̀, pẹ̀lú dédé àwọn kòkòrò kéékèèké bíi eṣinṣin, aáyán, yànmùyánmú, àti àwọn ìrà, dédé wọn, ọ̀rẹ́ wọn. Níyò díjọ́ kan, re yànmùyánmú pé àwọn ẹbí rẹ̀. Ọmọbìnrin yàn ń pè ní etí yẹn o, òun fẹ́ràn rẹ̀, òun máa fẹ́ fi ṣaya. Bárò wípé òun kò tí ì bá wí o, òun kò ì wí hùn, òun máa la wí hùn. Wọ́n pè pàdé ní ọjọ́ tóun àti etí máa ríra. Wọ́n sọ fúnra wọn pé lọ́jọ́ náà yànmùyánmú ró dẹ́dẹ́, ó kàn dúdú, ó múra, ó dé fìlà abetí ajá. Líyò débẹ̀, éfà kókó ṣòfò rárá. Níṣòwò wíhùn pé etí o, mo máa fẹ́ ẹ, mo fẹ́ fẹ́ ẹ níṣu lọ́kà wà, mo fẹ́ fi ẹ ṣaya. Báre etí ṣubú lulẹ̀ gbàràgàdà, kó rẹ́rìn-ín, àrẹ léyà, ẹni mẹ́rin ro ní, àrẹ àyà máa kó ẹ o. Ìwọ wá ń sọ fún mi pé o máa fẹ́ mi. Ìwọ yìí kò ní pẹ́ kú yìí, n kò lè ṣopó o. Lẹ́yìn náà, inú bí yànmùyánmú, ó kúrò níbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìtìjú. Ó là sọ fáwọn ẹbí rẹ̀ pé níṣẹ́ òun kàbùkù o. Etí sọ fún un pé òun kò ní pẹ́ kú. Dédé wọ́n bá kẹ́dùn. Ṣùgbọ́n láti gba náà ìnere yànmùyánmú ti sọ wípé ìgbàkigbà òun bá kọjá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ etí, òun àwíhùn pé òun kò kú o. Láti gbà náà, kẹ́ ẹ bá ti gbọ́ tí ẹ̀fọn kọjá, níṣẹ́ òun máa wí pé nǹkan ikú. Thank you very much.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
Please give her a virtual round of applause. Dear Toastmasters and guests, I was lost. I could get a few things because she had fantastic body language, but I was lost. Now, how many of us did not understand the language? Please, let me see your hands. If you did not, give me thumbs up this way that you did not understand the language. Don't worry, I don't have the power to call you to try and thank you. Who else did not understand the language? Thank you. Who else did not understand the language? I see. Okay, yes. Oh, fantastic. Now, from those of us that didn't understand the language, who is willing to attempt to explain the speech she gave, to give us a summary? A summary. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we're here, we're having fun, we're learning. It was apparently a very humorous speech from what I'm seeing in the chat box. And it was humorous to me because I had no clue what she was saying. I loved her body language. Who is willing to step up for a minute or two and try to summarize what she said based on her vocal variety, based on her immaculate body language? Who is willing? Let's see that. Type I am or give me thumbs up. It doesn't have to be perfect. What you guessed. Anyone that is willing. And you'll be explaining it in English, by the way. Who is willing? Please, just come forth. Come forward. If you can't turn on your camera, that's okay too. Some of us might use that as an excuse. No, we just want to hear your voice. We don't see your body language. Who is willing? I saw a few thumbs up go. One of you that gave the thumbs up, or those of you that were hiding, step forward, step forward. Give us a summary of what you think she said. Anyone? I don't see anyone typing. I don't see any thumbs up. Anyone?
My hands are raised.
Oh, did you understand what she said?
Not at all.
Beautiful. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please let's give a virtual round of applause to Toastmaster Ifeoma. 1 to 2 minutes. Please try and give us a summary of Toastmasters Grace's speech.
Okay. I heard the name Yomu Yomu a number of times, so I believe the story is about someone named Yomu Yomu and the adventures or what he did. I couldn't really get what he did, but her expressions, and I know she told us, well, she pointed to her eyes, her nose, her mouth. So I think maybe the features Yomu Yomu has. And anyway, that's all I have to explain. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Ifeoma. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I love to hear. She heard a name and she used that for a person. She saw her pointing to different body parts. I don't know why Toastmaster Neuron is putting his hand up. No. Do you understand it, Toastmaster Neuron? No, so you're not doing it. Toastmaster Grace.
Yes,
Toastmaster
I'm here.
Grace, please, can you now give us a summary of your speech? But before you do that, I would like to say that the rest of us that didn't understand the speech she gave, whatever story we had in our head, pay attention to what she's explaining now. Once she is done, you type in the chat box 1 for you were completely off, all the way to 5 that you had it perfectly. And you can put 0 for you didn't even try to guess anything. You can put that. We'd love to see that. Toastmaster Grace, the screen is yours.
Thank you. The summary of the story is that, or well, let me say the moral of the story is that you should not look down on anyone irrespective of their status, irrespective of their current status, because they could make or mar you. Actually, the general story is that the mosquito approached the heir that he wanted to marry her, the heir. It was said that long time ago, the all body parts, that was when I was pointing to my nose, my hands, and my other parts of the body, that at that time they were friends with all these little insects like the mosquitoes, the house flies, cockroach, and others. And so mosquito belonging to this family called them to get together for a meeting and told them that he's interested in marrying the heir then, because then they were all friends. And when he went there, the heir was really appalled. Like, how many years, how much more years do you have to live anyway? You will soon die. And that because I don't want to be a widow, please avoid me. You understand? So of course the mosquito was very, very angry. Yomu yomu in the normal parlance is the mosquito, is efon that we know. But because I am speaking the actual native dialects, I had to use that to drive home the point. And that's what it meant, that the mosquito felt it will just make sure that anytime he passes by the air, it will go back and remind her that I am still living. I have not died. That's it. Over to you.
Oh, Toastmaster Grace, that was beautiful. I was nowhere close to what you said. Nowhere close. But Toastmaster Ifeoma, you were even close because you got it. Yomu yomu is that mosquito. That's the mosquito. Lovely. That's a beautiful story. And that's the power of our culture. We have all these amazing tales that teach you a lesson and remember for a lifetime. Thank you for sharing that speech with us. I think someone put, is that, yes, 1, 0. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being honest and for participating, everyone. Please type your number for those of us that didn't understand. All right, now we're going to the prepared speech segment. Let me recap the way it's going to work. Our prepared speeches are speakers that have prepared in advance to give speeches. Because of the nature of this program, it's very short, just 2 to 4 minutes. Speakers, when you're giving your speeches, please pin the timer screen to yours. That's timer. Toastmaster Deniron, please pin his screen to yours. 2 minutes, you'll see green. 3 minutes, you see yellow. 4 minutes, you see red, and you have 30 seconds before you conclude. Unfortunately, one of our speakers is still having a major challenge coming in. However, we're going to proceed with the 2 speakers we have. We have a speaker that will be giving a speech in Pidgin. That's the speaker we're going to start with, and a speaker that will be giving a speech in Yoruba, which I assume is a different dialect from Egba dialect. Am I correct? You can tell me when you start. Now we're going to be starting with our Pidgin speech, and we had to change the evaluator because the evaluator is having a challenge coming in. I'd like to explain when the speakers are done, that's when I'll call the evaluators to give their evaluations, and the evaluators will be evaluating in that local language, whatever it might have been, 2 to 3 minutes. Timer, please take notes. Help them 2 to 3 minutes so they know they are done with the native language, and then 2 to 3 minutes for English. So those of us that think Yomu Yomu is a name will actually get to understand that it's mosquito, not a name of a person. Toastmaster Joy, are you ready for your speech?
Yes, I don't read you.
Oh, fantastic. But before you speak, let me briefly introduce who you are. Toastmaster Joy is a chartered accountant and works in one of Nigeria's foremost brewing companies with 4 children. I have 2, I'm almost there. She enjoys reading major news headlines and watching reality TV shows. Her favorite food is jollof rice and chicken, which she cooks very well. When all this is done, we'll have to go and visit Toastmaster Joy so we can enjoy her jollof rice and chicken that she cooks very well. Toastmaster Joy, in 2 to 4 minutes, regale us with your Pidgin speech. The screen is yours.
Okay, Toastmaster General, now good evening, and all our visitors, now welcome. The speech I want to talk about today now about secondhand smoke. That's okrika smoke in Pidgin English language. But before I start, how many of you know the number of chemical when they inside secondhand smoke? If you know, make una just type am for inside the chat box, make I see. Okay, I never see anybody when type, but 7,000 chemical 9 days inside secondhand smoke. And smokers are liable to die young. It means that people when they smoke, then they die for small pikin. And Federal Ministry of Health talk say, make we don't take tobacco because it's not good for our health. And that's not the topic when we say Reverend Dr. Olukoye Ramson-Kuti talk when he be Minister of Education of Health. He come talk say all the tobacco companies, when they put that mark for the packet of cigarettes. So make I talk about small statistics. For this whole world when we dey, about 1.1 billion people then they smoke cigarettes. And for 80% of this 1.1 billion people, then they die because then they medium and low income countries. And also for the number of people when they die, so 7 million every year, they die because of this secondhand smoke. What is be secondhand smoke? Secondhand smoke be the smoke when we say people when they smoke cigar, they smoke Igbo, they smoke pipe. That smoke when they come out from them. Another person when they near them go come they inhale am. It go cause plenty disease like stroke, disease like lung cancer, disease like heart disease. Now be the kind of disease when we say secondhand smoke they cause. And those secondhand smoke, make we know the kind of people when they affect. Both man and woman now they affect. And for boys, now people when we say they not get house, so when they say face me, I face you, now then they get this secondhand smoke pass. And for women when we say their husband they smoke well, and then they get secondhand smoke. And if they affect children, they fit die, they get heart disease, they get ear infection. And for women, they get abortion. Their pikin go die when we say then they born. So for pregnant women, it's not good. So what we go do for people when they say face me, I face you? Make una tell that landlord, make it get where we say then they smoke. For people when they go inside restaurants, when they smoke well, make una tell the owner of the restaurant, say make you put one place where we say other people when not they smoke, they will fit stay that place so that smoke no go enter their body. People when they get nanny, or if you get your husband when they smoke, make you say if you don't smoke finish, make you not carry your pikin, no, make you go bath, wash your hand before you go carry your pikin, so that all the disease when they associated with secondhand smoke no go catch your pikin, no. So if you get person when you love well, tell am say you love am more, but if you continue with this smoking, both you and una no go live long to enjoy this love when una get. Now when he stop this smoke and he carry the smoke go outside, when we say nobody go get all this kind of disease, when we say they quick kill people, now we all go enjoy our life well. So I urge all of now, even government, when they bring also legislation, law, when we say anybody when they catch, when we say they smoke inside public place, when they don't touch me, they don't smoke before, then go arrest them or then go fine them, when we say then go pay for that fine. That is the end of my talk. Thank you very much.
Let's give her a virtual round of applause. Fantastic speech. You scared me with 7,000. I don't think we're going to forget that number. 7,000, incredible. Wonderful speech, Toastmaster Joy. I think a number of us got the gist. I am not going to be putting one when we're asking, did we understand what you said? No, I will not feel like that again. Moving on to the next speech, the speech in Yoruba. Before I introduce our speaker, I just want to confirm that she's around. Toastmaster Bukola, are you ready for your prepared speech in Yoruba? Toastmaster Bukola, are you ready for your prepared speech in Yoruba? Ben. Are you ready? Fantastic. Please Ben. Wait, let me introduce you. Let me introduce you and then you can kick off. Toastmaster Bukola is a business development officer and a community development enthusiast, which means she has noted that 7,000 that was stated by Toastmaster Joy, and she's going to do something about it in her community. She loves creativity, sales, information, and development. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, please put your hands together and welcome to your screen, Toastmaster Bukola Oladiti. The screen is yours.
Ẹ káàsán. Olórí toast tòní. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ rí mi dáadáa?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni,
ṣé ẹ rí mi dáadáa?
A rí yín dáadáa, ẹ tẹ̀síwájú, a rí yín dáadáa, kò sí wàhálà. Ẹ máa bẹ́ẹ̀ tó lọ.
Nígbà tí mò ń dàgbà, mo ní àǹfààní láti máa bẹ àwọn ènìyàn wò, pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tí ó jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ òbí mi. Àmọ́ lára àwọn ìbẹ̀wò ìkan tí wà tí mo máa ń rántí gan, eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé mo lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè àwọn ará Benin. Ẹ káàsán yín ẹlẹgbẹ́ mi àti ẹ̀yin tí a pè. Orúkọ mi ni Bukola Oladiti. Mo fẹ́ sọ nípa ìrìn àjò mi nígbà tí mo lọ fún ìsinmi kan nígbà díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Nígbà tí a parí sáà ẹ̀kọ́ ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àgbà ti Ìlọrin, ìpele kẹta a parí ẹ̀kọ́ náà, mi fẹ́ lọ rí àwọn òbí mi. Mo wá wò wípé kí n darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ènìyàn kan tí ó máa ń lọ sí àyíká láti lọ ṣe ìfẹ́, láti lọ fi ìfẹ́ hàn fún àwọn tí kò ní. Nígbà yìí àwọn ènìyàn yìí ń gbèrò láti lọ sí ibì kan tí ó jìnnà sí àyíká Nàìjíríà, ó sì jẹ́ pé wọ́n á nílò ìwé ìrìnnà láti lè fi dé pẹ̀. Nígbà náà mi ò tiẹ̀ ní ìwé ìrìnnà rárá, ṣùgbọ́n inú mi dùn, mo fẹ́ bá wọn lọ nítorí pé á tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí màá kúrò nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà àti pé màá tún lè ní àǹfààní láti sọ èdè Faransé. A lò ọjọ́ kan wọ inú ọjọ́ kejì, àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì tí a fi dé ìlú yìí ní ìlú àwọn ará Benin. Ó jẹ́ ibi tí inú mi ti dùn nítorí wípé ó jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí màá kọ́kọ́ jáde ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. A dé ẹnubodè, wọ́n sì sọ fún wa wípé kí a sọdá àwa tí a ò ní ìwé ìrìnnà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èmi àti àwọn tí a ò ní ìwé ìrìnnà a sọdá pẹ̀lú ẹsẹ̀ lọ sí ìlú àwọn ará Benin. Inú mi dùn tó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé mi ò ní ìwé ìrìnnà. Ó jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ tí màá kọ́kọ́ kúrò ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Èyí tó wá jẹ́ kí inú mi dùn gidi gan ó ní àwọn ènìyàn ará Benin tó jẹ́ wípé a bá wọn ṣe àjọpín bàtà, aṣọ, ìwé àti ohun gbogbo tí a mú lọ fún wọn. Mo rántí ọ̀rọ̀ Shannon Halda, ó sọ wípé nǹkan tó ṣe pàtàkì láyé ni kí ènìyàn jẹ́ kí àwọn ènìyàn mọ̀ pé wọn ò dá wà. Mo rí nínú ọgọ́rùn-ún àwọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn ìlú kékeré yìí ní ilẹ̀ Benin. Inú wọn dùn gidi gan ni. Ọjọ́ 5 dàbí ẹni pé kó má tàn ni, nítorí wípé ó jẹ́ ìgbà tí inú gbogbo wa dùn. Mo wá rántí wípé ènìyàn tí a jẹ́, a nílò nǹkan nínú wa tí ó gbọ́dọ̀ mú wa jáde láti ọ̀dọ̀ wa sí àwọn ènìyàn. Ó lè jẹ́ pé bóyá ká máa bẹ àwọn ènìyàn wò ni, àbí ó lè jẹ́ orin, ó lè jẹ́ ijó gan, ó lè jẹ́ ohun kankan, ó lè jẹ́ kí èèyàn bẹ aláìsàn wò, ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí yóò mú wa jẹ́ bí a ṣe ju ara wa lọ. Eléyìí ló wá mú mi kí n máa mú àwọn obìnrin bí ẹgbẹ́ mi lọ ìletò ní ìpínlẹ̀ ojú omi láti máa bẹ àwọn ènìyàn wò, láti máa ṣe agbátẹrù fún àwọn obìnrin mìíràn. Ẹ̀yin ẹlẹgbẹ́ mi, a nílò nǹkan tó gbọ́dọ̀ mú wa jáde láti inú wa sí àwọn ènìyàn. Ó lè jẹ́ ohunkóhun kan, ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí ó jẹ́ ká gbé ju bí a ṣe jẹ́ lọ. Olórí Tóòsì tòní, ó dọwọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹ ṣeun.
Káàbọ̀.
Toastmaster Bukola, lovely speech. I did not understand what you said, and I think you were trying to ensure that I go back to 1 when the evaluator evaluates your speech in English. It's okay. We still love you. I love the passion that you delivered your speech in. And what we're going to do now, we're going to be diving into the evaluations. Just to recap, the evaluators are going to give first an evaluation in the local language that the person delivered the speech in, 2 to 3 minutes, and then an evaluation in English for 2 to 3 minutes. Let me just confirm. Didi, are you ready for your evaluation in Pidgin and English?
Yes, so.
Fantastic. Our division director has been introduced already, so I'll hand the screen over to you, dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause. Please welcome him to your screen. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Olori Toast. I've learned a new title. Toastmaster of the day is Olori Toast in Yoruba, according to the gospel by our Toastmaster. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joy. Pidgin and English is slightly close to each other. I have a feeling that at least 80 to 90% of the people on this call will probably understand or have a good insight into what you are trying to share. I appreciate the fact that even though you are giving a ceremonial speech, so to say, your speech embodied all the attributes, characteristics of a Toastmaster speech. Your speech had introduction, had a body, and had a conclusion. Your speech had a purpose, a message. This speech could have gone to competition. In other words, when you mention vital things, speech value, you add it. Grammar, great. Message, Great. You used data. Who does that? In Pidgin English, you infuse data. You use metaphor, allegory. I was fascinated how you linked okrika, which is secondhand for clothing, and tied it to smoking. So you took some of us now in middle class back to the days while we were still upcoming professionals and artists, and we used to go to Yaba. Some of us know where I'm talking about. That was a well done speech. Thank you so much for what you have done, for showing that Toastmasters values and characteristics can be demonstrated in any language, in any context, and in any setting. Please, I have a challenge. The challenge is I've been eating your jollof rice by second hand. I've been hearing about your jollof rice. In fact, I've been smelling your jollof rice. When will your jollof rice materialize? We will do a jollof rice meeting one of these days. Olori Toast, aka Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster John.
Thank you so much, Division Director. I just want to confirm, are we going to hear the evaluation in Pidgin as well? Because I heard English, English, English. Are we going to be doing that?
That's my best Pidgin, sir.
Okay, no problem. Please, can we give the Division Director a round of applause? Thank you so much. And Toastmaster Joy, thank you once again. That was a wonderful speech. We learned so much. Now I'm moving right along. Toastmaster Ayola, are you ready? Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Let me just give a brief introduction. Toastmaster Ayola is also a dear friend of mine. He's an engineer who loves reading and traveling, and this is a man that studies Yoruba for fun. I mean, he studies Yoruba for fun. I'm excited to hear his passion in this delivery. I'm not going to understand what he says, but I want to see that passion and hear it in his voice. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, please welcome to your screen, Toastmaster Ayola Fadeyi. The screen is yours.
Oh, ẹ ṣeun Ọ̀gbẹ́ni John Onumiya fún ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣíwájú tẹ́ sọ nípa mi. Àwọn kan náà fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ arábìnrin Bùkọ́lá Ládití fún àyọkà àti àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí a gbọ́ ní ọ̀sán yìí. Èyí tí wọ́n ṣe yìí ó wú mi lórí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ torí pé kí ni ó ṣọ̀wọ́n kí a rí ọmọ Yorùbá tí yóò sọ èdè Yorùbá tó yọrantí tí kò sì ní nǹkan kan nínú bí èdè òyìnbó tàbí èdè ará ọ̀hún. Ó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gidigidi. Kí a wá lọ sí inú ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ bá wa sọ. Ìtàn tí ẹ sọ dá lé lórí ìrìnàjò kan tí ẹ rìn láti ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà sí ilẹ̀ Benin. Ẹ fi tó wa létí pé ó ti máa ń jẹ́ nǹkan tó wù yín lọ́kàn láti ran àwọn ènìyàn lọ́wọ́. Ẹ wá ń wò pé báwo ni ẹ ṣe lè jẹ́ kí eléyìí kí ó wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Ìgbà tí ó yá ẹ rí àwọn ọmọ iléèwé bíi tiyín nínú tí wọ́n wà ìgbà tí ẹ wà ní ìwé kẹta ìpele kẹta SS3 lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí ẹ ṣe ìdánwò tán. Ẹ wá wò pé àsìkò ti tó láti tẹ̀lé wọn lọ sí ilẹ̀ Benin láti lọ wo nǹkan tí ó ń ṣe àti pé ẹ ti ní lọ́kàn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ láti lè máa sọ èdè Faransé. Èyí jẹ́ nǹkan gan tí ó mú yín lọ́kàn láti lọ. Ẹ sọ pé ní ọjọ́ tí ẹ gbéra ó tó bí ọjọ́ kan tí ẹ lò lójú ọ̀nà. Ìgbà tí ẹ sì dé ibodè ẹ bá àwọn olùṣọ́ ibodè lọ́nà tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí àwọn tí kò ní ìwé ìrìnnà kí wọ́n fi ẹsẹ̀ rìn nígbà tí àwọn tó ní ìwé ìrìnnà tí wọ́n sì wọnú mọ́tò tí wọ́n lọ. Ẹ fi yé wa pé nígbà tí ẹ dé inú ìlú náà ẹ lọ láti ìletò sí ìletò láti máa kí àti láti ran àwọn obìnrin tó wà níbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ nígbà tí ẹ fún wọn ní àwọn ẹ̀bùn tí yóò ṣe wọ́n láǹfààní. Nínú ìkẹyìn ọ̀rọ̀ yín ẹ fi tó wa létí pé ohun kan gbòógì tí àwa ọmọ ẹ̀dá èèyàn tí a lè máa ṣe láti lè jẹ́ kí a gbéra wa ju bí ó ṣe wà lọ ní pé kí a máa ran ọmọ ẹ̀dá wa lọ́wọ́. Èyí tí mo rí pé ẹ ṣe dáadáa. Kí ni mo rí nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yín láti tí ẹ lè ṣe nǹkan lé lórí láti lè jẹ́ kí èdè yín kí ó yọrantí? Mo rí pé nígbà tí ẹ lo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kankan tí mi ò gbọ́ dáadáa tàbí tí kò yé mi dáadáa. Ẹ sọ pé ìpínlẹ̀ ojú omi, mi ò mọ ohun tó ń jẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ ojú omi. Lọ́jọ́ mìíràn tí ẹ bá sọ irú ìpèdè báyẹn tí ẹ rò bóyá àwọn ènìyàn ò lè mọ ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀, ó máa da kí ẹ yànnàná ẹ̀ kí ẹ ṣe ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀ dáadáa kí àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ èdè yẹn kó wọ́n lè bá a sọ pé tó àwọn gbé òṣùbà sàǹdáńkátà fún iṣẹ́ ribiribi tí ẹ ṣe. Mo tún rí pé nínú ẹ̀rọ tí ẹ lò láti fi lè gba ojú yín sílẹ̀, àwòrán yín sílẹ̀, mo rí pé ẹ ń gbìyànjú láti gbé e síbi tí ó tọ́. Ní ọjọ́ mìíràn, ó máa da kí ẹ ti ṣe léyìí kí ó tó di pé ẹ bọ́ sí ìta láti sọ̀rọ̀ ká lè bá mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ ẹ ti gbáradì dáadáa fún wa. Ní àkótán, iṣẹ́ ribiribi ni ẹ ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ fi ń dá yín lójú pé tí ẹ bá ń gbìyànjú láti máa ṣe eléyìí, kódà èdè Yorùbá kò ní parun. Tí ẹ bá sì nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ lọ́jọ́ mìíràn, mo wà ń bí fún yín nípa ìpele Toastmaster tí a wà yìí. Àbọ̀ mi rèé o. Ẹ ṣeun. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Ayola, thank you for that one in Yoruba. Now, please give us the English version.
Okay, thank you. It's a great honor to be here to evaluate TM Bukola Oladiti for that awesome speech. The speech was about a journey that she underwent down to the Republic of Benin. She has already had it in mind that one day she would have to go to Benin, and she found it as an opportunity when some of our colleagues, classmates from secondary school, decided to go for that trip. She just joined them, and then she found this trip very interesting. And then she also mentioned how the trip went, that they spent 5 days for the trip, a whole one day for the journey, wherein they had to do some charitable acts by distributing gifts to the local women there, and which enlivened the local women. And that is the summary of the speech. In my evaluation of her speech, I mentioned that I observed that while she was about to go on live on stage, she was trying to adjust her camera. I advised that she ensures that her camera is always in place, in good position, so that she wouldn't have to go through the stress of placing her camera. I also told her that I observed that there were some words she used that I didn't quite understand. Perhaps it's a local language, is a local dialect. It would be nice enough for her next time she presents her speeches that she explains the meaning of such words in clear terms, so that we all would appreciate the entirety of our speech. So that is the summary of my evaluation of our speech in English. Thank you very much. The Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayola. Those of you that understand Yoruba, if you think he did a good job, please, virtual round of applause, chat box. Appreciate him. Appreciate him. I don't understand, but it sounded fantastic to me, so I'll appreciate you. Well done, Toastmaster Ayola. That's what we're looking for.
Well done.
Our language is beautiful. I just want to confirm, Toastmaster Chidi, are you back in the room, or do we proceed to table topics? Toastmaster Chidi, if you're back, please let me know. I'll give you 3 seconds.
Back in the room.
Okay, so we can proceed with your speech. Toastmaster Chidi. Toastmaster Chidi, can you hear us? Okay, I'm not sure she can. I can hear some sound, but until she comes back, I think we might proceed.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you. So we can proceed with your speech. Is that correct?
Toastmaster John, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can. Toastmaster Chidi, please confirm if we can proceed with your speech. Otherwise, we move to table topics for now.
Toastmaster John, I think
yes.
we should give the floor to Toastmaster Eneto. List your
yes, please.
Nomination.
You can proceed with my speech.
Okay, let's take Toastmaster Chidi's speech. Let me briefly introduce Toastmaster Chidi, who has done all she can to be here and deliver her speech. Toastmaster Chidi, for now, just keep yourself muted until we introduce you.
Right.
She's been having some major network issues. I'm excited she's here. She's going to be delivering a speech in Igbo language. Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu is a chartered banker certified project manager who loves dancing, gisting, taekwondo, and tennis. Her favorite food, roasted yam, plus pepper sauce, plus grilled fish. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a virtual round of applause, welcome to your screen, Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu. Toastmaster Chidi, the screen is yours and we're ready to hear your speech. Toastmaster Chidi, you're muted.
Right. Thank you most graciously. Toastmaster John, the Toastmaster of the day. Ndị ba ya ekele m unu. Unu nọkwa ọfụma? Adị m sure na unu niile dị iketeke. Echetere m afọ karapụgodi afọ ọ bụ, mana afọ etego. Adị m nwatakịrị mgbe ahụ. Mụ na nne m nara obodo ka m ga-afụ nnukwu nne m. Uwe naro fụcha ihe niile n'ọba anyị. Uwe fụ na nnukwu nne m bara ewu aha. Eru ọ kpọrọ ya Erina. Uwe chesi onye na-aba ewu afa. Ewu na-agagharị ata ahịhịa ka a na-aba afa Erina. Abakwa ya afa ndị nnukwu mmadụ. Erina nọ name. Agụtago m ihe o ji enere m anya. Ọ na ọfụbere onye si obodo bata. Kọ biko enwere ihe nọ m n'azụ. Ọ dị ka enwere afịa nọ m n'azụ ọ na-achị ịta. O mee m ife nechara m anya because na na-akpagharị na kọmba. Nechara m anya na o jiri mkpi ya mee m takum n'ike. Ihe afọ m ụfọ. Were m iwe because nlegharị anya enwe onye siri m ndo ha na ọ na-ene m anya ka a ga-asị na mụ na-eri na ihe Nollywood ka anyị na-atị. Mgbe jiri iwe pụọ n'ụlọ si ka m gaa nlegharị anya na-aga na ọ dịka ma ụmụ eruo ma ụmụ nnụnụ ma ifu n'ikuku na-ekunu ọ dịgasị na ha akparụ nnọọ ebe niile dachi. Enweghị ozi mkpọtụ nụrụ. Mgbe nlegharị anya sị enwe ihe na-eso m. Because ịna-ego ụmụ ọtụtụ nọ n'ihu movies ọfụ ncheta ya ga-ahụ mmadụ nwee ike na-aga n'ụzọ before ị marụ ihe nwa na-adapụta ọ bụrụ na ọ mụọ o nwere ike chụpụ onye ahụ o jide onye ahụ tọgbuo ya. Kedu ife mmemme si ka ntọ n'ọka na baba anyị enwere ozi ụzọ mfu nlegharị anya ebe niile so afịfịa ka m na-ahụ ọhịa eju ebe niile. Ntịpụ ugwu mami ebe ka sokwara nne m amamebe m nọ. Nne m ukwu enweghị onye zara m ebe niile adachi n'oyibo ahụ bebe akwa jọba Chineke Chukwu biko ka ihe mere oge echi na muvi a agara eme m onye esi mpụta agara m anọ n'ụlọ mekọta ihe nụrụ chirugodo ama m onye ahụ nne ọ bụrụ Erina amaghị m na Erina so m n'ụlọ wee pụta ọ dịka nnọọ Erina ọ na-akpọ m si bịa nwaanyị asoro m ka isi ebe a pụọ. Mgbe sobe ya nnọọ maka ọ bụrụ n'ihu bụ anyị ka m pụtara nsị Chineke daanụ ọsọ dị wee gbamaga maka onye m obi si mami ha na-ene m si ijigarichago isi na ijerichago ụnụ maka ihe mere m n'ọhịa ahụ ijerichago ka ị na-ajụ mami isi mami biko kemgbe anyị na-anọ obodo anyị naba biko ọ dị ka ndị mmụọ nọ n'ụlọ ha mara na m batara abata ha sị ka abịa ṅụọ m mana nshọt mami anya dị ana bikos isi m ọ kara aka mana ọkụ ifu gị nwere na mụ na gị ma ị chọrọ ma ị chọrọ anyị ga-arụrị enyi because ndị Igbo si na ntị na-ada anụ ihe ga-eso ozu wee na n'iyi. Ndị ụfọdụ ga-asị na ejiji na-ada anụ ihe mana fancha socha ịchọkwa ka ị nụrụ ebe ọ bụla ije mmiri umeala ka ị ghọtagodo ihe ndị ahụ na-akọ, ghọta ihe na-eme ebe ahụ fọ ihe mere oge echi na muvi nnere achọkwana m afa dị muvi bikọs mma gwa gị mana ọ bụrụ na ị na-ene Nollywood ị ga-ama na onye na-adị anụ ntị na onye na-eje tụọ nwa na ife na-eme ya. Ọ ga-abụ ebe ọ bụ na ị ga maọbụ na Sokoto maọbụ Sokoto maọbụ na nke nwe na ihe na-agba ya onwe ndị na-awe ha mee ha banye ihe nwanne a na-efe efe plen wee jụwarụ ebe ọ bụ na ọ bụ a sị ije na Rome ime ka ndị Romans, ije na Germany ime ka ndị Germans, so ị gawa ebe ọ bụla ị ga-amụ down umeruo oge a ịghọta ebe ị nọ, ghọta ihe ha na-asọ, ghọta ihe ha na-eme bifo ebido mebe nke gị ka ọ kara ịbụ na ọ gị nwa ka ha ga-eji na-ama atụ. Ọ ga-ebe onye ama atụ isi maka onye mee ihe mere nwa dị otu anụwasị ebe a wee bata kama ka ị bụrụ onye ga na-akọ dị akụkọ na agara m afụrụ m a na-emeri m fancha. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Please, can we give Toastmaster Chidi a round of applause? Toastmaster Chidi, I already know you're a passionate woman, but clearly when you're speaking your native language, your passion just boils through. I loved it. I loved it. Timer, please, let's give the evaluator for this speech 1 minute because the speech is right before he's giving the evaluation. When it's 1 minute, just show the red background so I know, and he'll have the chance. Just 1 minute. While the evaluator is getting set to do the evaluation, I would like to ask the guests in the room. Sergeant at Arms, please, are you around? Sergeant at Arms, are you around? I'll need your assistance here. Sergeant at Arms, are you there? Toastmaster Fioma?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. I'll need you to write down the names people might put in the chat box. Our guests in the room, during the table topic segment, we're going to have evaluators in Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. If you are willing to participate, now note, we might not be able to take everyone, but if you're willing to participate in table topics, Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa, type your name in the chat box and put the language beside it. If I am going to speak in Hausa or want to speak in Hausa, I'll put John Onuminia, Hausa. Type your name, put the language beside it. Our Sergeant at Arms will take note of your names. Note, if we have a lot of people, we might not be able to take everyone. One of my jobs here is to ensure we started on time and we finished on time, and I will keep to my word. Please, if you're a guest, a Toastmaster that has not spoken, and you want to participate in table topics, Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo, please type your name in the chat box and put the language beside it. You do not have to be perfect. We're having fun. We understand that some of us, it's been a while. Okay. You can also do Pidgin if you want. Apparently, people are requesting Pidgin. You can also do Pidgin if you want to do table topics in Pidgin. Type your name and put the language beside it. Toastmaster Ifeoma, please be noting the chat box. At this point, I would like to ask. Okay, thank you. Just take note of it when they type. I trust that people will put down their names. That being said, DTM Chima, are you ready for your evaluation?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Please, I need to introduce our distinguished Toastmaster Chima before he comes up to do this evaluation to such a spectacular speech. He's an engineer, an entrepreneur, an ICT consultant. His hobbies include reading, playing keyboards, and guitar. I would love to hear you serenade us with either the keyboard or the guitar at some point. His favorite food, and note this, It's pounded, not poundo, pounded yam. That the one where the sweat gets into the mortar to add that flavor. That is what he loves. Pounded yam with ogbono soup. He has been an area governor for Area 6, former area director, Area 6, and former Division F director. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please welcome with a virtual round of applause to your screen, distinguished Toastmaster Chima Ezife. The screen is yours.
Igbo bụ Igbo ekenekwa m unu kenife na-ejelu n'ozi wee kenekwa ndị Toastmaster mmanụ. Ịma na asị na nyocha bụ nri ndị mmeri. Ife imelu tata Chidi o juru m afọ, okwu gị kwụ ọtọ ka ukwu achala. Ikwulokwu ka achala ugo. Daalụ nne. N'ime nyocha anya bụ okwu ikwulu, afọ m n'imelu nke ọma. Ịbụ ezigbo onye akụkọ maka na iji nwayọọ bido akụkọ a wee kọlụ onye a n'isi. Nne, asị m ka m gwa gị na ọ bụkwa na ị ga-ije banye ndị onyonyo na ị ga-eme ọfụma. Onu gị na-ada ka ogene ka ị na-ekwunye bụ okwu. Aka gị na-emegharị ọfụma, aka gị na-emegharị nke ọma nke iji agwa ndị mmadụ na nekwa ife na-ekwu. Anyị sịkwa na ọ bụ na ife a niile ikwuru tata dị nnọọ ezigbo mma. Okwu gị nwelu mbido, okwu gị nwelu mmechi. Ndị ezigbo mmadụ, ife niile ikwuru tata, onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo gelu ntị ga-aghọta na ị na-akụziri anyị ife ọfụma. Ọ dịkwana mma n'ife ikwuru, onwe ife ikwuru si na ọ bụ na iluo ebe ndị Rome mebe ka fa si eme. Ya bụ inu dị mma maka ịma na ọ bụ na ịtụọ inu kọwaa ya na ego eji nne gị na n'iyi. Ọ dị mma ka isi wee tinye inu na anya bụ ife. Nne daalụ nne, okwu a ọ dị anyị nnọọ mma. Mana inegharị anya na Igbo esoro tata, anyị ga-esikwanụ inegharị anya sọm ife Igbo niile ikwu taa, anyị ga-esi ụfọdụ n'ọkụ. Na Toastmaster ọ na-abụ mmadụ kwụsị asị gị n'ife a ka ihe eme maka ọdịnihu. Mbọsị ọzọ ihe ekwu okwu nwefe mfụgasị ikwuru taa. Mgbe ị na-ekene ndị Igbo esi ma anyị adị oyi keteke. Anyị nwere Igbo izugbe, Igbo ọ na-abịa ikwu onye ọbụla aghọta ife ị na-ekwu. Anyị niile bụ ndị Igbo ebe amara ife bụ keteke. Ị na-ekwu okwu wee si because bụ maka na ịsịkwa n'ife a na-art na Nollywood. Ị ga-asị n'ife ndị onyonyo na-eme. Isi movie bụ onyonyo. Na mọmị gị sịrị, nne m sịrị, mana ikpokọta ife niile ekwulu nne Igbo dogwu. Achalugo ka Igbo, daalụ nne. That is the Igbo version I just gave, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. So just to give the English version of what she said, she gave a story about how her grandmother gave a pet name to the goat. And then she was wondering why would they give a goat name? Never understanding that if you get to Rome, you need to behave like Romans. So in my feedback, I tried to let her know that her voice was great and her speech was standing like a bamboo. That her speech was meaningful to us. And if she will actually move into Nollywood, that she will really do so well. That her voice projection was amazing. And that her hand was moving very well. That I also noticed that her introduction and conclusion was also good. But I also have to recommend that each time she wants to greet Igbo, let her speak in Central Igbo, because her introduction, her greeting was not central. I also reminded her that some of the things she added a few English parts while she was speaking, presenting her speech, and that she's a good storyteller. So in all, it was an outstanding speech. So I did say that feedback was the breakfast of champions, the Toastmaster of the day.
Please, can we give distinguished Toastmaster Chima virtual round of applause? That was amazing. I could see you correcting because and telling her what to say, Mami and telling her what to say, Nollywood and telling her what to say. I said, can you imagine? We can't even say because. Amazing. I'm learning so much. I'm having a blast. I hope we all are. Once again, I'll remind us, if you want to participate in the table topics portion, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or Pidgin, type your name in the chat box and put the language beside it. Please type and put the language. Now we're diving into the table topics portion of the meeting. This is the most exciting portion of any meeting. We're going to start with Yoruba, and I'll be bringing up to your screen our evaluator, which you already know, in person of Toastmaster Ayola, to call up participants and give them questions for this portion of the meeting. Toastmaster Ayola, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Fantastic. The screen is yours. Please, can we give him a virtual round of applause as he anchors the Yoruba portion of the meeting?
Okay, ẹ ṣeun gan olórí wa ní àhín tí ẹ ń tukọ̀ ètò yìí. Mo fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá ní ẹnìkan tàbí ẹni méjì nínú yàrá yìí tí ó fẹ́ sọ ọ̀rọ̀, tó fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, èyí tí a kò gbáradì fún. Ǹjẹ́ a rí ẹnìkankan nínú yàrá yìí tí ó fẹ́ bá wa sọ ọ̀rọ̀? Osewe Aneto. Okay. Ǹjẹ́ mi Adéọ̀sùn méjì náà la máa ṣe. Osewe Aneto, ẹ káàbọ̀, ṣé a lè rojú yín?
Ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́ sà o.
Ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́ wa kú afẹ́rẹ́ yìí. Àìtí rí ojú yín o.
Mi ń gbọ́ ọ̀gá tẹ́sọ̀ sà o.
Mo ní àìtí rí ojú yín. Ẹ tan ẹ̀rọ yín kí a lè bá rí ojú yín.
Ó dá ìṣẹ́jú kan sà o.
Ó dá à ń dúró dè yín. Arábìnrin Bólúwá ti fẹ́ máa gbáradì tí a bá ti bá ọ̀gbẹ́ni Osewe Aneto sọ̀rọ̀ tán, ẹ̀yin ni ó máa kàn. Ẹ máa gbáradì. Gbogbo ilé ń dúró dè yín o.
Ẹ kú ìrọ̀lẹ́ sà.
Ẹ kú ọ̀lẹ́ tó. Owó ti dá báyìí. Ojú yín ló dán kété báyìí. Ẹ káàbọ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe mọ̀.
Ẹ dákun ẹ má bínú ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Osewe Aneto lórúkọ yẹn, kì í ṣe Osewe sà.
Okay, Osewe Aneto, ẹ má bínú, ẹ foríjì mi.
Ẹ ṣeun gidi gan.
Tọ́, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe mọ̀, abala tí a wà yìí ni pé ẹ máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ eléyìí tí ẹ kò gbáradì fún. Èyíkéyìí àkọlé tí mo bá fún yín lẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ní báyìí ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín ní àkọlé ọ̀hún kí ẹ sì bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ìbéèrè ni ó bá wa, ó lọ báyìí. Tí wọ́n bá ní kí ẹ dárúkọ oúnjẹ kan tó ṣe pé oúnjẹ yìí nìkan ṣó ni ẹ ó máa jẹ títí tí ọlọ́jọ́ yóò fi dé, kí ni oúnjẹ náà? Ẹ sì sọ fún wa ìdí tí ẹ ṣe yan oúnjẹ náà láàyò. Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ atukọ̀ ètò yìí, Toastmaster John Onumiya. Mo dúpẹ́ ní wípé mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin náà atukọ̀ abala ètò tá wà lọ́wọ́ yìí, Toastmaster Ayola Fádèyí. Ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ mi rèé lórí ètò yìí, mo dẹ̀ ń gbádùn ẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ látìgbà tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìbéèrè tí ẹ béèrè, oúnjẹ tí mo fẹ́ràn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó sì jẹ́ pé mo lè jẹ láàárọ̀, kí n jẹ lọ́sàn-án, kí n sì tún jẹ lálẹ́. Báyé bá gbà mí tí n bá jí lóru gan mo lè jẹ, ṣùgbọ́n ká má jẹ lójú oorun náà ní àdúrà wa. Ó ní ẹ̀wà. Mo gbádùn láti máa jẹ ẹ̀wà púpọ̀. Ìdí tí mo fi gbádùn ẹ̀ gan mi ò lè sọ pé ní pàtó pé ìdí rẹ̀ leléyìí, ṣùgbọ́n ó jẹ́ oúnjẹ tí mo gbádùn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ibi tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé mo gbádùn rẹ̀ dé gan, mo gbádùn ló jẹ́ pé kó jẹ́ pé èmi gan ni mo ṣe fún ara mi ju pé kó jẹ́ pé mo lọ rà ń ta lọ. Torí ó ní ibi tó jẹ́ pé mo dẹ̀ gbádùn ẹ̀ dé gan náà, mo mọ ibi tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ibì kan wà tó jẹ́ pé mo mọ̀ pé tí n bá débì yìí bí mo ṣe máa ń gbádùn ẹ̀wà mi gan náà ṣe máa ń ṣe. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn nǹkan tá a gbọ́ wípé èèyàn tó bá ń jẹ ẹ̀wà lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ wípé yọ̀ọ̀gà, ṣùgbọ́n àfẹ́ mi lórí ọ̀fẹ́ àtàǹfààní àti ga tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ, ṣùgbọ́n ọpẹ́ ni fọ́lọ́run. tí n bá jẹ ẹ̀wà yìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ á sọ pé táwọn bá jẹ ẹ̀wà ó ń fáwọn ní nǹkan tí olóyìnbó ń pè ní constipation ṣùgbọ́n èmi tí n bá jẹ ó bá mi lára mu mo sì máa ń gbádùn rẹ̀ kò sígbà tí n lè jẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ti sọ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ mo lè jẹ lóòrọ̀ kí n jẹ lọ́sàn-án kí n sì jẹ lálẹ́ náà kí n jí lóru gan ti jẹ náà ni kò sì dá ń láàmú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ó jẹ wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ò mọ̀ su òwe ń ò jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ su ọpẹ́ ní fọ́lọ́run so èmi gbádùn rẹ̀ gan lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni so kò jù báyìí náà lọ ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
ẹ ṣeun ẹ gbìyànjú púpọ̀ inú mi sì dùn ẹ sì jẹ́ kí orí mi kí ó yá ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní báyìí a máa bá arákùnrin Bolúwatifẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ arákùnrin Bolúwatifẹ́ ǹjẹ́ wà lórí ètò ẹ fi ojú yín wọlé kí a lè bá mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ ẹ wà pẹ̀lú wa ní àyín.
ẹ kúrò lẹ́ o ọ̀gá wa.
ẹ kúrò lẹ́ o arákùnrin Bolúwatifẹ́ bá ń wò tọ̀ ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbáradì dáadáa láti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ó dáa ìbéèrè mi ó lọ báyìí ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè sọ fún wa èdè tí ẹ kúndùn jùlọ tàbí èdè tí ó wù yín láti gbọ́ tí ẹ ò tí ì gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ẹ ń lo gbogbo akitiyan gbogbo agbára tí ó wà ní ìkápá yín láti lè gbọ́ èdè náà kí ni ìdí tí ẹ ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́ èdè náà ẹ ṣeun.
ẹ ṣé ọ̀gá wa èdè tí ó wù mí lọ́kàn láti gbọ́ sọ dáadáa ní èdè Faransé èdè yìí dára lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èdè yìí sì jẹ́ èdè tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn púpọ̀ ní àgbáyé òun ló gbọ́ èdè yìí ló sì máa ń sọ èdè àwọn olóyìnbó máa ń pe àwọn èdè kan ní èdè agbára èdè tó jẹ́ pé ibikíbi tó o bá wà bó o bá ti lè sọ èdè yẹn ẹ̀rí gbogbo nǹkan tí máa wà dáadáa fún ẹ èdè Faransé jẹ́ èdè lẹ́yìn èdè òyìnbó tó jẹ́ èdè tí wọ́n ń sọ jù ní àgbáyé nítorí náà èmi sì jẹ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ràn láti máa lọ káàkiri àgbáyé kò ní dáa kí n wá máa lọ kí n má lè sọ èdè tí àwọn èèyàn máa gbọ́ nítorí náà mo wá fẹ́ràn èdè Faransé ohun tí mò ń ṣe láti mọ̀ nípa èdè Faransé ni pé èmi ń lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ láti kọ́ èdè Faransé gbogbo ọjọ́ àlàmísì ni mò ń lọ sílé ẹ̀kọ́ láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù wọn ò jí láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù láti lọ kọ́ èdè Faransé mo dẹ̀ ti ń gbọ́ èdè Faransé díẹ̀díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó sì pọ̀ tí mi ò tí ì gbọ́ nípa èdè Faransé nítorí náà mo ní láti máa fi ọkàn mi sí iṣẹ́ yìí mo ní láti máa kà á nínú ìwé láti máa wò nínú àwòrán láti máa ṣe nínú ẹ̀yọ ayárabíàṣá láti máa sọ nínú èdè láti máa fi kí àwọn èèyàn láti máa fi bá àwọn èèyàn sọ mo sì ń wá àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ ara wa ní Toastmasters tó gbọ́ èdè Faransé tó bá wùn yín tẹ́ bá lè kọ́ mi mo máa fẹ́ràn rẹ̀ gidigidi gan mo sọ fún yín lónìí mo fẹ́ràn èdè Faransé mo fẹ́ kọ́ èdè Faransé kí n lè máa lò gbogbo ibi tí mi bá lọ ẹ ṣé o.
ẹ ṣeun gan-an ó dá mi lójú pé tí ẹ kò bá ṣe ọ̀lẹ nídìí èdè Faransé tí ẹ ń kọ́
Toastmaster Yola.
ẹ ó di ògbóǹtarìgì ògbólógbòó.
Toastmaster Yola.
Yes,
so sorry. We'll have to stop with 2 for now. Let's take the other speakers in the other languages. If we have more time at the end, we'll take more Yoruba speakers because I see most people are volunteering for Yoruba. But let's take the other speakers. If we have time at the end, we'll now take the other Yoruba speakers. And you're doing a fantastic job, by the way. I just had to step in.
All right.
Thank you so much. Please, can we give Toastmaster Ayla a virtual round of applause? That was incredible. Thank you so much. And the speakers, even though I didn't understand 99.99% of what you said, I love the passion with which you said it. Now let's go over to the Igbo table topic speech. Distinguished Toastmaster Chima, please come up and anchor that section. Can we give him a virtual round of applause?
Hello, John. Niba yekene kwa mu n'ọzọ. Olugo n'oge nke ya na-akpọ okwu nọ n'elu okpokoro nke ndị bekee na-akpọ table topics. Ife anyị ji ekwulu okwu a na-agba aka anyị nwelu tata bụ na ọ bụ ebe anyị na-anọ ahazi nwoke ma nwaanyị ka obi sie ike na akparịmụka. Ọ na-agbado nwaanyị o jere ịchọ ọrụ ọrụ obodo kpọlitere ka okwu ọkwụrụ ọtọ kwụsị okwu ike ọ bụrụ ọkwụrụ ọtọ tube ndị ichie afa ebe aka na-ahazi ya bụ ihe onye ga-ekwu onye bụ okwu nke mbụ anụ m na-enwego onye si na ya ga-ekwu biko were aka gị enu ka m nwee ike gwa gị ife ya ekwu Ikenna anụ m na isi na ya ekwu
anọ m ebe a onye isi
so ajụjụ a m ga-ajụ gị bụ na enwe m ajụjụ ịbụọ wele ofu nke mbụ ka nke ịbụọ ka ị chọrọ
jụọ m nke ofu
nke ofu ka ị chọrọ
jụọ m nke ofu
okay ọ bụrụ na arụ na ịdị kịta na Chineke gbadata na si gị Ikenna tụghalike na arụ a kedu arọ nke ị ga-achọ ka ị nọlụ na ya kọwala anyị arọ nke ị ga-achọ ka ị nọlụ na ya ana ife ga-eme gị ka ị nọlụ na ya bụ arọ ọ bụ arọ 10 ọ bụ arọ 20 ọ bụkwa na arọ 50
ndewo onye isi topics ndị be anyị ekenekwa m unu ekenekwa ngụ na ajụjụ ejụrụ ọ tọkwara m ụtọ na ọ bụrụ na Chineke si n'elu gbadata si m kelee aha m chọrọ ka m nọrọ otu a nnọ mma ahụ nnọgoro kịta ya bụ ife ya esiri m obere ike mana dịka m si wee chego n'oge dịka oge a mma chọ ka ahụ m gbadata kama ọ ya agbagolu maka na ụwa anyị fụrụ na-atọkwa n'ụtọ onwe onye ya achọ isi nnọọ ka ahụ ọ ya nọ n'ụwa agbadata kama ihe ya na-ayọ ka ọ na-agbago so otu a m nwegolu amamife nwelu n'oge dịka oge a iji wee gbanye ife nwoke fugolo n'ụwa mma achọ ka m gbadata ife dịka ebe 20 na ife 20 aha 20 nyawo 20 n'onu ndị bekee maka ibe nji wee chọọ ka m gbadata n'ahụ 20 ahụ na o yi enyelu m ife mmalụgoro dịka oge a izi ka mụ na ndị do aha 20 kịta nọrụzie n'ofu ife ndị a na-akpọ ịnọ n'ofu level playing field ihe mmadụgo kịta ga-enye m ohere ịga n'ihu karịa ndị nọ ofu ahụ mụ na ha nọ anyị na-anya efu n'ụwa kịta anyị nọ kịta na-agago n'ihu ọka nkụ onwe mụ na ya na-ekwu okwu nsị ya ife ọdụ ahụ 18 nsị ya na mgbe anyị nọ ahụ edo kịta na ife ụnụ nwelu kịta anyị enweghị oge ahụ maka ama mgbe ndụ ahụ dị ahụ 18 ahụ si na nna achọ ebe nwoke ya eme ka nwoke ọ bụgodo ife ya eji wee na-eri nri na-alachapịọm ka na-agbata nwoke aka mana nwere ife afụ ọrụ adọghọ ịchọrọ ịlụ ọrụ mana afụ ha ọrụ mana kịta nwata dị ahọ 12 nwere ike iji fon ya na-apị ife ọ ya apị na ekwentị o nwere ike iji ekwentị ya na-apịpụta ife esikwa ife gbagotalụ na ife ọ ya eji wee mepụta ife dịka mmadụ ọ bụrụkwa na o jighị ife ekwentị ọ bụrụ na nke igwe nke ndị oyibo na-akpọ kọmputa ife a na-eme na kọmputa kịta ka nkụ nwoke nwere ike ime wee baala onwe ya uru andị na ọzọkwa dịka ewu na ọ bụ na mgbadata ahụ 20 nwoke ya agbakwa n'oringo agbalụkwa oringo gbagotakwa obere maka na otu a nwoke gbagotara n'ahụ kịta ụlọ ọtụtụ ife nwoke enweghịzi ike ide emenụ mana ahụ gbadata nwoke nwee ike imekwa ọtụtụ ife dị iche iche mana mgbe ahụ na-agbagota.
So sorry to interrupt, but you have to round up.
Nchịkọta ka m na-achịkọta kịta so nyawo na ọwụ na Chineke si m kere ahụ m chọrọ edo mma asị ka ọwụla ahụ 12 ekenekwa m unu demen
Chukwu gọzie gị nwanne ya baalụ gị o.
Thank
the
you
Toastmaster
so
of the day.
much.
Do we have another chance for this?
No. Let's just do one
Okay,
for the
thank
rest,
you.
and then we have time later. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Chima. That was impressive. Toastmaster Ikena, sorry for stepping in. The speakers coming up, if you can pin the timer screen to yours so you see the cards, it will enable other speakers have the chance. I know there are a number of people that want to do table topics, and it's not every day we get this chance with so many people volunteering. But let's move right along to Hausa This is the first time we hear a speaker giving a speech in Hausa. Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba, please, are you ready?
Yeah.
Please, can we put our hands together for Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba, who is going to anchor this segment.
Na gode, Toastmaster John, aiki ya kyau, kai kokari. Yanzu abin da yake faruwa shine idan shi wannan ana kiran shi table topics da turanci. Abin da yake faruwa shine mutum zai zo ya tsaya ya yi magana na minti 2 zuwa 3. Sorry, na minti 1 zuwa 2. Idan kai magana minti 1 za a zaɓe ka a matsayin wanda ya cancanci a bashi yabo. Idan ka kai minti 2 ka wuce minti 2 za a hana ka. So saboda haka ana buƙatar ka yi magana ne tsakanin minti 1 da kuma minti 2. Waye ne zai iya? Waye zai zo yi magana da Hausa? Waye ne zai zo?
Zan gwada.
Yo, Blessing. An gode. Blessing, zan baki wannan abin da zaki magana akai. Ba wahala. Yana da sauki sosai. Ki yi bayanin yaren Hausa a tsakanin minti 1 zuwa 2.
Bayanin
yaren Hausa, ki yi bayanin yadda yake. In za ki yi ma wanda ba Bahaushe ba bayanin yaren Hausa, me za ki ce mishi?
Ni ma ba Bahaushe ba ne.
Da minti 2.
Zan kunna bidiyo ne?
In za ki yi ba, zai fi. Yawa. Mun gode. Saboda haka lokacin ki zai fara yanzu.
Okay. Now ne kowa da kowa sunana Blessing Bako. Abubakar ya ce bayani Hausa. So I will try my best. So Hausa language. To mutum da baya jin Hausa ko ya bayani Hausa. Ba ma gane topic din ba. Wallahi.
Cigaba da magana.
Okay, to. So a Nigeria akwai languages guda 3. Akwai Yoruba, akwai Hausa, akwai Igbo. In kai ba Yoruba ba, watakila kai Hausa ko kai Igbo. Amma dai a cikin languages din wanda ya fi yawa a Nigeria shine Hausa. Ina ji Hausa muna da state guda ko 19 ko ni abu. Mu fi sauran languages din yawa. Ni ya Kaduna ce, Hausa ba ainihin language na bane, ina da dialect na Hausa. So in case Hausa ne yayi wani iri, duk Hausa ne. So Hausa language mai kyau ne. In ana magana mutane suna son Hausa, mutane suna son Bahaushe yana Hausa. Domin yana da dadi a kunne. Ba kamar irin su Igbo ba, ina da karfi. Hausa ba karfi. In mutum ya magana da Hausa, ka ji dadi Hausa. Kana so mutum ya ci gaba magana da Hausa. So apart from that, kuma ba daga Nigeria bane kadai ma ana Hausa. Akwai Hausa a Ghana, akwai Hausa a other African countries da ba Nigeria ba. So in kai dan ko da kai ba na Nigeria bane kana ji Hausa.
Kina wurin kuwa? I think we lost.
Okay, shi ba matsala. Mun gode, saboda haka a mata tafi ta yi kokari. Akwai wahala. To, yanzu zan ba da sharhin abin da kika yi. So, I'm going to evaluate, right?
No, not yet. Thank you so much.
We have another volunteer. I don't know if we have time for her.
No, we don't at the moment. We'll need to take the evaluations first and then see if we have time at the end before we can get the volunteers.
All right.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abubakar. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Blessing. Indeed, our native languages are beautiful. And for me, I'm enjoying the body language when we give speeches in our native languages. I don't know how other people feel, but it's been incredible. Now we're going to do the evaluations. I think we lost the person that was going to evaluate the pidgin portion. So we're going to do the evaluations for those people that have spoken already before we decide if we can continue taking some other table topics. And now I'll call back the first table topics master in person of Toastmaster Ayola. The screen is yours.
Ẹ ṣeun adarí ètò Ọ̀gbẹ́ni John Onumiya. Mo fẹ́ sọ pé mo ń gbádùn ara mi bí òyìnbó ṣe ń gbádùn sìgá. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Oseiwe, ẹ má bínú tí mo bá pe orúkọ yín dáadáa. Èdè yín dùn, ẹnu yín sì ń yọ̀ kùlùlùkùlùlù bí ọmọ tuntun jòjòló. Ìbéèrè tí mo tì síwájú yín ni pé kí ni oúnjẹ tí ẹ fẹ́ràn jù àti kí ni ìdí tí ẹ ṣe fẹ́ràn oúnjẹ náà? Ẹ ti fi tó wa létí pé ẹ̀wà ni oúnjẹ tí ẹ fẹ́ràn jù. Ẹ sì jẹ́ kí a mọ̀ pé ẹ lè jẹ ẹ̀wà lọ́sàn-án, lóru, lálẹ́, kò sí ìgbàkúgbà tí ẹ lè jẹ ẹ̀wà. Ẹ tún sọ fún wa pé ìdí pàtàkì kan tí àwọn olóyìnbó, àwọn onímọ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì tí wọ́n sọ pé ẹ̀wà ṣe dáa ní kó má jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn ga, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin tí yín o, ẹ tí ì rí àbájáde èsì yín látara ẹ̀wà tí ẹ ti ń jẹ láti ọjọ́ pípẹ́ wá, torí pé kí ni Ọlọ́run ò ṣe yín ní ẹni tó ga bí igi ọ̀pẹ. Kí ni mo rí pé ẹ lè tún gbìyànjú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ fi tó wa létí, nǹkan tí ẹ sọ. Mo rí pé nígbà tí ó kù dẹ̀dẹ̀ kí ẹ mú ọ̀rọ̀ yín wá sí òpin, ẹ ń lo àwọn ẹ̀yà èdè Ọ̀yọ́. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe mọ̀, gbogbo àtàwọn mi báyìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ti sọ fún wa, èdè tó jẹ́ gbùngbùn títí Yorùbá. A mọ̀ pé èdè Ọ̀yọ́ gan ni ó jẹ́ èdè gan gbòógì láàrin gbogbo ẹ̀ka èdè Yorùbá tó kù. Ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí a wà yìí ó jẹ́ kí a máa sọ èdè Yorùbá tí gbogbo wa yóò gbọ́. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, ẹ fẹ́ sọ pé kéèyàn yàgbẹ́, ṣùgbọ́n ṣu lẹ sọ, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ará Ìbàdàn, àwọn ará Ọ̀yọ́ ṣe ń pe ṣu. Ẹ tún sọ pé nǹkan dà yín láàmú, ẹni dà ń láàmú, èdè Ọ̀yọ́ nù, èdè Ọ̀yọ́ nìyẹn, dà mí láàmú, ẹ sọ kí ó jágara. Ìmúra yín ó dùn wò, àgùntàn sọ lọ ní. Ẹ sì jẹ́ kí a mọ̀ pé ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà ní tí wọ́n fẹ́ràn èdè Yorùbá. Ẹ kú akitiyan, ẹ kú gbìyànjú. Nínú èdè Yorùbá, ọ̀rọ̀ èdè Yorùbá èkejì tí a gbọ́ ìyẹn wá látọ̀dọ̀ Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bólúwatifẹ́bánwò. Ìbéèrè tí a sì ṣíwájú yín ni pé tí èdè kan bá wà lórílẹ̀ ayé yìí tó ṣe pé wọ́n ní èdè tẹ́ pé ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ tí ẹ sì ń tiraka láti gbọ́, kí ni èdè náà yóò jẹ́? Ẹ dáhùn ìbéèrè náà, ẹ sì fi tó wa létí pé èdè Faransé ni. Kí wá ní ìdí tó ṣe jẹ́ èdè Faransé? Ìdí ni pé ó jẹ́ èdè kan tó ṣe pé tí a bá kó gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn pọ̀, gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn tó wà ní gbogbo àgbálá ayé tí wọ́n gbé àgbáyé, lẹ́yìn èdè òyìnbó, èdè Faransé ló tún kàn tí àwọn èèyàn tún sọ jùlọ. Ẹ fi tó wa létí pé ẹ máa ń lọ sí ilé ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níbi tí ẹ ti lọ ń kọ́ èdè Faransé. Mo fi dá yín lójú pé tí ẹ bá túbọ̀ gbìyànjú sí i láti máa kọ́ èdè yìí, láìpẹ́ ẹ ó di ògbóǹtarìgì nínú èdè náà. Kí ni fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe dáadáa ju bí ẹ ti ṣe lọ nígbà tí ẹ ń bọ̀ síwájú wa? Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà ní, ó jẹ́ kí ẹ múra ní ìmúra ọmọ Yorùbá ògidì. Bó ṣe fìlà abetí ajá ni ẹ ó dé, bó ṣe fìlà gọ̀bì ni ẹ ó dé, ẹ sì múra gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá. Èyí tí ẹ wọ èyí tó ń pè ní shirt àti trouser kò bójúmu rárá. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣe àtúnṣe lórí ibẹ̀ yẹn. Èdè ọ̀hún ó dùn lẹ́nu yín, kò tí sí àmúlùmálà nínú èdè Yorùbá àti èdè òyìnbó. Àbọ̀ mi rèé o, ẹ ṣeun. Adarí ètò tí ẹ John Onumiya, ọ̀rọ̀ kù sí yín lọ́wọ́, kẹ́ máa bá ètò lọ.
Please, can you briefly just give it in English, summary as well for both?
Okay, thank you. The first speaker, in person of Mr. T.M. Osewe Aneto, the question through to him was, what is his best meal? And he should give us the reasons why he has chosen that meal. And he said his best meal So he let us know that he could time. Even though scientists prove that beans would always make people grow, increase in height, but for him, he's a short man, he's not that tall. And that, but he always prefers to eat beans. He doesn't really know exactly why he prefers beans over every other meal, to every other dishes, but he just prefers it, and he could take it any day, anytime. He also said that beans is meant for beans. Some people have complained that beans cause constipation. That has not been the case for him. I let him know that he has spoken very well. His language was very lucid. We could hear him clearly, and he's very composed, and he was quite set for the presentation. The second speaker, in person of TM Boluwasefe Banwo, the question threw to
Toastmaster Ayola, are you still there? Okay, I think we might have lost him. We'll proceed to Okay, he's back.
Because in the whole wide world, after English language, French is the next well-spoken language in terms of population, that he would not want to go to a particular place and then is unable to interact with them. Okay, that being knowledgeable in French, he can always go anywhere in the world, and anywhere in the world would always be home to him. And let me realize that he spoke very well. His language was very clear and fine. I recommended to him that, knowing fully well that he is coming for a Yoruba presentation, it would be good that he dresses in Yoruba attire, okay, wearing buba, shokoto, and the appropriate cap to befit the occasion, the meeting. That is my evaluation of TM Boluwasefe's Banwo speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayola. Amazing evaluations. Please, can we give him a virtual round of applause? We're moving right along to the evaluation of the Igbo table topic speech. Distinguished Toastmaster Chima, the screen is yours.
Thank you, John. Ndị Igbo ekenekwa m unu ọzọ kene ife na-ejelu unu ozi. Asị m na okwu Ikenna bụ okwu odogwu. Onwe onye gụrụ egwu si na odogwu abụrụ guy name. Ọ bụ na m ga-edebe ya bụ okwu ka esi edobe mmọnwụ, m ga-asị na ịmana abịa n'ala Igbo anyị nwere mmọnwụ dị iche iche. Anyị nwere odogwu, anyị nwere akwa ebilisi, anyị nwere ijele, anyị nwere ịkpachi. Mana okwu ikwuru bụ dechi. Daalụ nwanne, daalụ. Igbo gị chala acha. Okwu gị bụ abala anyị ulu. Ka isi ekwukwa n'okwu a ịkpala anyị amụ mgbe ị kwuru na ọ ga-adịkwado mma ka ewedata aro n'edi ka iwe nwee ike ribe oringo. Nwanne, okwu a dị mma. Okwu gị nwere ezigbo mbido, nwee ezigbo mmechi. Afe gị na ekike ike egosi na ịbụ ezigbote nwa afọ a n'Igbo. Na mmiri adịlikwa n'ọba. Na akpị a na-agbara n'ugwu. Etori ike na nke o melụ. Ọ ga-emekwa n'ọzọ. Nwanne, jide ka iji. Ndị Igbo niile nọ na Toastmaster n'ebe a. Asịkwana m ka m gụọlụ na egwu. Asịkwana ka m gụọlụ na ofu egwu. Ofu egwu a ga-agụrụ unu bụ egwu 10 seconds. Anyị ga-ebujita m wee gụọ ya. Anyị ejebe ịmata ndị akwasịrị ike n'ukwu. Ọ bịala bịa gana ebe anyị nọ n'obodo anyị. Ndewono. That is the Igbo version of the conversation I had. I just told Ikenna that his speech was outstanding and that there was a singer who recently said that Odogwu is not a guy name, which means that a strong man is not a guy name. And if we are to categorize the speech in the form of masquerade, I listed our masquerade, that one represents the Odeji. And I said that his speech was strong and his Igbo was clear and coherent, and that he could do well in comedy business because he did say that he wanted to go back to 20 years so that he'll be able to deal with, collaborate with the youth and be able to do certain things because this is technology age and he needs to latch into that opportunity. So I also reminded him that his attire showed that he's truly an Igbo indigen. And then I did remember that I also reminded him that he performed excellently, which shows that the water cannot swallow a calabash, no matter the size of the sea. And there's no way a scorpion can hit a tongue. And I should remain the way it is. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much for that, distinguished Toastmaster.
And then
Chima.
I just played that strings just to remind all the Igbos on the call that there is need for us to check those that had their giddles on when it comes to our language.
Aha, I was going to ask, when did the playing of the guitar come in?
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
I
so
just
much.
just reminded them to put on their giddle so that they'll be able to preserve their language.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the Hausa evaluator in person of Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. The screen is yours.
Yawwa John, na gode maka. Wato, blessing gaskiya kin kokari wannan abu da kika yi kyau. Da kika fara kin fara da baki gane tambayan ba, amma kuma sai kika ci gaba da magana. Ba ka ce miki ki ci gaba da magana ko sai kika ci gaba da bayani. Gaskiya kin yi kokari. Wannan yana nuna cewa kin san abin da kike yi. Kuma yana nuna cewa kina da niyan yin abin da wasu ba za su iya ba. Saboda gaskiya ba karamin bane. Sannan kuma da kike magana kin yi bayani akan yarenki kin ansa tambayan amma kuma matsalar da ake fuskanta muryanki ba a samu irin wannan tashi da saukan nan ba da zai sa mutane su so su ji ko me kike ciki amma kuma yayi hakan yayi amma inda a ce za ki yi shi haka gaskiya da zai bi nuna cewa kin san da kike kuma kin san abin da kike faɗa. So matsalan kuma sannan kin yi maganar wasu yarurruka kin kawo maganar Igbo kin ce Hausa yana daɗi kin gane irin abubuwan nan inda a tsari ya kamata da akwai kin maganar yaran ki ne yadda yake ba tare da kin sako wani ba amma a haka ma ba matsala wannan yayi kyau kin yi kokari sai kuma da kike magana akwai son da muka kamar mun kibata ne ba ma jinki amma kuma kin dawo sai kika ci gaba da bayani cewa zaki tsaya a nan ga abin da zake faɗa saboda ka gaskiya wannan kin yi kokari sosai kuma abin da ya burge ni sosai da wannan hakan kin yi Hausa kuma ke ba Bahaushiya ba wannan ya nuna cewa lalle ke yar Najeriya ce lalle kina da niyyar ki koyi sauran yarurruka so wannan ya kokari ya kamata a tafa miki I asked the audience to give her a round of applause. Thank you. So the translation of the evaluation is, she started well, actually. Her introduction was amazing. She didn't understand the question, and then she was urged to just keep speaking, and then she did that. During the course of her speech, she actually answered the question because the question was for her to describe her language, describe the Hausa language. And she did very well. She talked about the fact that it's sweet on the tongue, unlike Igbo that is strong, you know? So I had the languages, and I think Igbo exerts more energy than the rest of the languages. So well done to the Igbo guys. You guys are doing really, really well. And then
bro, well done.
So her recommendation is that her voice modulation, if she were to raise the pitch of her voice and then at some point in time lower it down, that would hook the audience even more. But as it is, it was well. But if she had done like a bit of voice modulation, that would have been a very fantastic job. And then I ended up with the fact that she was actually very confident. It's not so easy to give an impromptu speech in your native language. And she's from the North Central, so her Hausa is not that deep. But the way she presented the speech, actually, I'm very happy. I know that she's a Nigerian citizen who is willing to do what needs to be done to take our country forward. So thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. John.
Please, can we give all our evaluators a virtual round of applause? Use your emojis. Put on your screen. Let's see your hands going. If you can, type into the chat box how much you appreciated what they did. Today, we had a major problem. Do you want to know what that problem was? Our problem today was that we had too many people that wanted to speak. I don't get too many Toastmasters meetings where we have too many volunteers to speak. I am truly sorry we could only accommodate 2 hours. If we could have all of you speaking, we would. But because I gave you my word that we'll keep to time, we cannot at this moment take any more speakers. Timer, am I correct? Let's see your hand. Is that correct? Yes, and my timer also is saying it's not feasible. I am truly sorry. I have had a blast. If you have enjoyed this meeting, use the emoji, type in the chat box, I have enjoyed myself, I have loved it. Please use those emojis, send it. Amazing, amazing. I am falling in love with speaking all over again. I need to get back to speaking, learning languages, learning the romantic Nigerian, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, different dialects. But my life is short, so I have to choose wisely. I can't learn all of them. Thank you so much. You have been an amazing audience. Each and every one of you has been participating. I don't think there was a dull moment at this meeting. This is the first of its kind, and honestly, I'm blown away. It's been my pleasure being the Toastmaster of the day. Even though I'm speaking in English, none of you crucified me, at least not to my face. Maybe that's why you have your cameras off. Thank you for doing that. So I don't think that you're crucifying me to my face. Thank you to all our evaluators. I'm going to hand over to our PQD. Let me confirm if she's still around. Yes. Madam PQD, are you around?
I am around.
Yes, she says speak a language other than English. You're on your own. That's why we have everyone else speaking other languages. I'm going to hand over to our Program Quality Director for Division F. That's what PQD stands for, who is going to end with the vote of thanks and close us out. Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam PQD.
Thank you most graciously, Toastmaster John. This has been a speaking event. There is so many Nigerian languages. Matter of fact, when I was hearing the Hausa language, it sounded like a love song. Like, just go and keep speaking. And then Toastmaster Ayola will come with Yoruba, and you feel like, okay, this is it. You can't do better than this. And did you hear distinguished Toastmaster Chima's Igbo? Jeez. I felt like, okay, please don't stop talking. Don't stop talking. Just keep speaking. Let's all enjoy the beauty of our native languages. Everyone who's participated, our speakers and those who yearned to speak, you have made today's event a spectacular one. And I'm sure Toastmaster John would make sure we'll have at least maybe one more, even not, maybe one more before the end of this Monday. And who knows, this can be a regular event. Even if it has to be once in a year, we need to appreciate our languages and we need to understand them. We need to learn them. We need to communicate in them, with them. It's only when you communicate in your language that you begin to actually appreciate it. And then imagine me speaking Igbo language and actually doing a speech in Igbo language. I don't think I've ever spoken this much Igbo in my entire existence, you know, in one sitting. That should tell you the beauty of it. And I want to appreciate everyone who has put in so much work to ensure that this event happened and went smoothly. Toastmaster John, you have my most highest regard. You've put in a lot of work. If you plan an event, then you understand that this is beyond planning a regular English Toastmasters event. The task of getting speakers, getting evaluators who would speak in these languages and people would understand them. I would not forget to mention Toastmaster Grace, who blessed us with the Egba language. I think this is the first time I'm hearing somebody speak Egba. And I'm like, okay, I was trying to interpret why she was speaking. At the point, I was like, okay, just hold on. You will get the interpretation later on when she's done. Overall, I have had a spectacular time, and I'm sure you all have enjoyed yourselves today. This session would be hosted on YouTube. We'll share the link to our YouTube page, so please feel free. Watch it. Those who were able to attend today, they can go on YouTube and watch it. Share with your friends. Share with your colleagues. Let them understand that in Nigeria, we're not just about, we're about a lot of things, but then we're passionate about our languages. And this is the first ever. Thank you so much, everyone. I wanted Toastmaster John to speak a language aside English, so maybe I would help him. I know I've done the Igbo, right? So to my Yoruba folks, guys have done so well.
Hausa, Nago Day. To all my Igbo brothers and sisters, Dalu Nurineo. And to my Pidgin people, I don't forget to now, una don't do well. Thank you. Say all of una gather today. Make we show people say for Nigeria, we get different languages and we know our languages and we appreciate our languages. On behalf of Toastmasters Nigeria Division F, thank you most graciously, everyone. Keep speaking your native language. Go and learn it if you don't know how to speak it. If you want to learn another language, please see distinguished Toastmaster Chima. Hold him if you want to learn Igbo language. Hold on to Toastmaster Ayola if you want to learn the Yoruba language. And hold on to Toastmaster Abubakar if you want to learn the Hausa language. Don't forget the Egba. You have to be a conk Yoruba speaker to understand that Egba. So please see Toastmaster Grace. Hold on to her. And did you realize that our DD spoke Pidgin? Who would have thought that an English master would actually come to speak Pidgin English with us? Oh, Toastmaster John, God bless you. And bless everyone who's here today. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please do not forget, we have demonstration meeting tomorrow. 2 actually, inaugural meetings. The first is for the Lantern Toastmasters Club that will happen between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. And then for the Pace Setters Toastmasters Club, our first ever Toastmasters Club in Ibadan City. That will happen between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Please make it a date with us, join us, and let's continue to enjoy Toastmasters and fellowship in Toastmasters. Thank you so much, everyone. And take care, stay safe, and enjoy your day. Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ó
Don't
dàbọ̀.
tell us bye-bye in English. Come and speak that your PG. Let's hear.
Ó dàbọ̀. Ó dàárọ̀ o. Àdọ́jà.
Ìdọ́jà.
Ó dàbọ̀.
All right.
Take care,
Thank
everyone.
you so much, everyone. Thank
Ó
you.
dọjọ́ mi, ọjọ́ ire
Don't
ni.
waka o.
Hey. All right. Cheers, guys.
Take care.